Alright guys, well I just did a live chat with people for about 40 minutes or so, and I had them decide what my next video was. I have a lot of videos I can possibly do, but I said, you know what, let's go to the masses, let's see what you wanted, and I think the continuation of the NeverLost Pentatonic, or NeverLost Part 2, is the answer, which is the video I'm making. Now if you see me nice and shiny, it's because I am sweating, because this studio is hot. It is. Anyway, I also took a shower, but really it's like 20% of it. Anyway, so here we go. So, the NeverLost Pentatonic, in case you haven't seen it, go to the NeverLost Pentatonic video in the link below and get yourself over to there first. So we have a pentatonic scale, right, that's linked together through its root notes all the way down. Now in the video, I have you doing the A minor pentatonic, and in the chart, I also have you playing it in G minor, so you know it's 100% movable, okay? And the question is, well, how do I use this thing? And to be honest, I have no idea. No, I'm kidding, of course. Well, let's get to the first question I get to a lot, which is, what happens if I'm in B minor? You know, so we were doing the Comfortably Numb video, which, by the way, uses a B minor scale. There was a lot of debate of whether it was in the key of D or B minor, and I totally get where it's coming from. But yes, we're using a B minor scale, B minor pentatonic, right? So what you want to do here is imagine, you know, if you're playing this and you wanted to continue on the Comfortably Numb backing track, you can use your B minor pentatonic, NeverLost pentatonic to come up all the way through here, you know, and I'm just going through my forms, and I'm coming up here, and then I get up here, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm out of room, or what do I do if you don't want to go this high? Well, first and foremost is what we're going to call the power of 12, right? I know I have a video called the power of 5, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh my god, this is so obvious, Ian, but we got to discuss this, which is if you're in NeverLost, and you're playing, sorry, I was in a B, if you're here, and you're playing, and you get to here, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I know, so you get to here, and you don't want to go up any higher, or you want to come down low. Well, all you have to do first is stop where you are, usually on a root note, and subtract 12. So I am here on the 14th fret, so I subtract 12. Now, by the way, before I do that, I came down that fan blade, right? I'm on the B, so I'm here, and I would put my first finger here, and that's going to be actually a better transition for all of us. And now if I'm here, and I want to play a pentatonic, you subtract 12. So you subtract 12, 14 from 12 is 2, right? So there is the same note an octave lower. Okay, so if I end up here, let's see, right, and I wanted to now take it down low, you just, again, I'm going to put my first finger there on the root note, and now, well, what do we do here now? Well, you continue the pattern exactly where you left off. So I'm going to show you. So the whole premise of the NeverLost is that it's the same pattern over and over and over again, but we have to adjust for a G string and B string switch that happens on the guitar. So if I'm here, I have, all right, there's my little box, right? And I can put my first finger here, and now I've run out of room, but if you put your first finger here, you're back to your form 1. So if you get stuck in a NeverLost pentatonic, learning how to come from behind it is huge. So let's kind of like take that fact a little bit further. Let's say we're playing something in a C blues, all right? So we need a C minor pentatonic. Instead of starting up here, you can start with your C here. But I want to show you something. I'm going to use a NeverLost pentatonic, and we're going to go back to C in a second, but let's just go back to our A. It's very, very important to understand the shape that comes off the root note. So if I have this root note on the E string, I have the shape. My next root note is on the D string, and off the D string we have this shape. Okay, off the D string. Off the B string we have this little tiny box here, and then we come backwards down that form 3, and now we have a root note on the A string. And this is important. If I need a minor pentatonic starting on the A string anywhere, I play this shape. So if I'm in a C blues and I have my C here, well, I play that shape, and you just think about your NeverLost. Okay, there's my root note, put my first finger, and now I have this, I gotta come up over here for the B string. That's the 5th, like, root note. Don't worry about that, what I just said. And then you put your first finger here, and now you're back to your form 1. The NeverLost pentatonic can be picked up anywhere. Can be picked up on any fret on the guitar, on any string. It's just you got to know the shape that comes off it. If I need a pentatonic off of here, all right, according to my NeverLost, well, I have 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1. All right, and then I'll put my first finger here, 1, Oh, there's my hub thing. Okay, there's that. Go here. It all connects the same. Oh, look, I was playing a G minor pentatonic. You can always relate to where your form 1 is. So, what you want to try doing is, for instance, if look up, let's look up an E. No, not an E. Let's look up ooh, a B flat. Go look up a B flat blues backing track, all right? And what you want to do is you want to use this B flat right here. That light's really shiny. And the pentatonic. Now, in the NeverLost, it's not about starting on your root note. It's not starting about an E string. It's about starting on your root note, and this always connects. So if you watch here, I have a root note on the A string, so I play my A string shape. And I put my first finger here, and I continue. You know your pentatonic. You put your first finger here, and now you have the comfortable form 1. You found it. And then you can climb back up to the other half that NeverLost. So the whole point of this is to show you that you don't have to necessarily start like wham, like right here or right here with the form 1 pentatonic. You can start anywhere. If you're playing an E blues and you all of a sudden you hit this E and you're like, oh my god, what do I do? You just play the NeverLost 1, flat 3, 4, 5. You got to adjust your flat 7 for the B string or that note. And you just keep connecting them until you find that box or that shape. Here it is. That makes sense to you. So really quickly, you know, I did the In the Mind of David Gilmour. So I'm gonna do this live right in front of you. I'm gonna record a loop of the chords B minor, A, G for the David Gilmour. And what I'll do is I'll start on this B here, and I'll slowly just work my B minor NeverLost pentatonic all the way up as high as I can go. You don't have to start on the E string. And if you do start on the E string, you can learn how to come back behind it by just pausing wherever you are, subtracting 12. Honestly, that's how it works. And going down an octave, and then climbing back up to a place where you're familiar. So here's a loop. Let's see if I can do this. So I tried to make a loop live on video, and I failed miserably. So I had to do it again. So now I'm gonna have my B minor pentatonic looping with my perfectly done backing track looping with the chords, and I'm going to play my B minor NeverLost pentatonic, and I'm going to start where I normally would, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to like get stuck, or I'm going to say, you know what, I want to have a dramatic effect, and I'm going to do some magic stuff, come from behind, and then we'll talk about starting someplace else. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to start here. Again, first finger's on the root note, right? I want to get one of those like, come down. So 14th fret, if I subtract 12, that's 2. So now I'm going to repeat that. And now I pick up as if I just didn't stop. Like, same line, but an octave lower. If you notice, I'm back to my form 1. Now I'm going to climb back up. Now I'm going to stop for a second. So there was like exercise 1, just being able to, if you want to, come back down and come behind the root note and come back up to it. The next thing I want to talk about in NeverLost is a move that I do all the time. I understand that it is kind of like awkward. I do, but again, the NeverLost pentatonic is for navigation. So I do understand, you know, you're coming up here, right, and you get this, and then you get this guy here. And coming back down almost sounds like you're coming back down the scale. So when you get to that third root note, 1, 2, 3. When you do this, one trick I like to do, instead of coming back down to my hub, is I actually connect to my 4th pentatonic box right here with my middle finger. And now I want to show you, okay, it's really, Okay, that's where I would have gone if I was in my there's my B, and if I was going to do the hub. Then you put your first finger here, and this is the form 4 pentatonic box. And instead of going up, you have this. Make sure you know your form 4 pentatonic. And then this note here, that's the same note you would have gone to. But instead, and then I get my form 4. Oh, whoa. And I kind of do that trick so it kind of keeps on going up. I'll show what it looks like, okay? So here's the backing track. NeverLost up. That's my third root note. And I just jumped into my form 4. Now this form 4, and I told you I love it, is a great way, this note is a great way to get back going down, okay? So now, this video is kind of jarbled, but it's okay. So let's just talk about navigating your pentatonic. The NeverLost pentatonic was designed to show you that you can connect your root notes linearly down the guitar neck. But in the real moments, you got to know your 5 pentatonic boxes, right? And you got to know which one you're in, which we'll get to eventually. But the biggest request I hear is, well, what happens when you run out of room? When you run out of room, wherever you are, you just subtract 12, go down there, and then continue in the pentatonic exactly as you were, and you'll get right back to a form 1. The other trick that I do is that when I get to my third root note, right there, instead of coming down, I go, and I use this note, put my middle finger there, and I get into a form 4. And then right there, you can use your NeverLost after that. It's just instead of using your hub, you can jump right to the next shape. So there it is. It's a part 2, and you know, like, sequels are never as good as the original, but it's just a good navigational tool. I think that, you know, I've gotten so many requests about that pentatonic, so I'll do more of it. But there you go. Okay, so just what you want to do is look up a backing track. Like I said, I think it was a B flat blues. And start on the first fret here and see if you can get your NeverLost up to that form 1, and then see if you can keep on going, and then try coming back down, realizing that's a big circle. It doesn't stop, okay? And then pick any key you want, and pick a note, root note, not on the E string. Don't start on the standard form 1. Start, you know, somewhere here, like, okay, this is an F, right? All right, so my pentatonic shape is this, and if I keep doing that NeverLost, I should eventually come down to a form 1, and you keep going, it's all the way up here. But you'll get it, all right? Rock and roll, Stitch Method, out, bye.